Here I given some parameters list. The DIA will tell us like it will decide the number of dialog work process in the system, and BTC to configure the number of background work process in the system. VB for update, critical update, VB2 for non-critical update, and SPO for spool work process, how many we want. Like this, we have parameters in the system. The same way, did you remember any other parameters than this, except number of work process?
For background, we have a priority of for background scheduler
/ BTC time, which will decide the frequency of the backgrounds of scheduler. At how much time the scheduler has come again?
60 seconds.
It's a 60 seconds default time. Good. But if you change it that to 120, so scheduler will come every 120 seconds once. Every 120 seconds once. The same way, RDISP WP run underscore max underscore time. This is a one more parameter. What is the meaning of this parameter? What is the meaning of this parameter? What it will decide in the system? The dialog work process, maximum work process runtime, max WP run time, maximum work process runtime for a dialog work process. The default value is 600 seconds in the system. You can increase, you can decrease. Okay, accordingly, the time decided for time is given for the dialog work process. Maximum time given for the dialog work process, that will vary. Like this in the system, the parameter, a rule given to the server, to the is the work. It will decide something in the system. These parameters are two types. One is static parameter, another one is dynamic parameter. What is the meaning of static? What is the meaning of dynamic?
Sorry for the disturbance, sir. PTC and what is the meaning?
Your BTC?
PTC. Yes.
Yeah. Gopi Krishna, BTC means background work process. DIA means dialog work process. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Join today directly, right? So that you don't know about the work process.
Yeah, I watched some videos.
You watch some video, I know. You done only till dialogue only. Completed the introduction class. First class, the work process types, we have a 7, right? In that you completed D. You did not completed BE, BM, GS. Okay, here B stands for background. The shortcut is BTC.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
So now, based on the criticality, based on the server restart, based on the criticality and based on the server restart, these parameters are divided into two types. One is a static, another one is a dynamic. One is static, another one is dynamic. Static means, see, it need a server restart to affect the new value. So this is the reason this static parameter is a critical parameter. It is a critical parameter. It's critical. Where this RZ11 dynamic parameter is a non-critical parameter. Why critical? Why non-critical? Means the restart is required to affect the new value. See this point. Restart means, say, this application server is there, right? Which will receive all the user requests. This has to be stopped. And this has to be started back. Stop and start means restart. Stop and start means restart. Restart is nothing but a stop the server and immediately start back the server. So if for suppose Flipkart is the example, if the server is restarted, that time no one can access the Flipkart. No one can book the anything. No one can buy anything. No one can see anything because server is getting restarted. There is a business loss. There is a downtime. There is a downtime. Sometimes you will see maintenance window. ICICI Bank, you cannot log in, you cannot do anything because when you are logging, that time you will get it's under maintenance. That is nothing but one of the reason is restart the server. Means in that time, the client business will get stopped. What are the minutes or what are the hours? So if you want to change any parameters which is related to the critical, which are the static, so immediately server has to be restarted because a lot of permissions are needed from the client, from the business. Because that reason, this parameter is called as a critical parameter. But if your parameter is belongs to dynamic, it's a non-critical. Why non-critical? No restart required. You don't need to contact anyone. You don't need to start any business. Dynamically, online you can change. The business will run at that point of time. You can change on the server side. Whatever the changes you want to do in the dynamic parameter list. Say this is the parameter or dynamic. So that is the reason I just mentioned those parameters. Some parameters here, some parameters here, because these parameters are static parameters. These parameters are dynamic parameters. Static means critical parameters. These are non-critical parameters. Critical, non-critical. Why critical means restart is needed. Server restart needed. Which server? In the 3 layers, application server, app server. In your architecture class, the application server is there, right? Middle layer. That application server has to be restored. Restored. Required. Application server restart is not required. It's not required. Okay. Restart required. Restart not required. So that is the main reason we call it as a critical here. It's a non-critical. In the SAP, they have given us some screens to change these parameters. Some screens to change these parameters. RZ10 is the transaction to change this. RZ10. RZ11 is the transaction. Transaction is a screen You want to change any dynamic parameter value based on the requirement. You got a ticket, you want to change this work process max runtime parameter value you want to change. You can change at RZ11 itself. And you can change without any server restore because it's a non-critical, because it's a dynamic type. Dynamically you can change. But if your parameter belongs to static side, if your parameter belongs to static side, you need to go for RZ10 transaction code. RZ10 transaction. Okay, these are the transaction codes. Next point. These changes are, it's need a restart, but these changes are permanent. These changes are non-permanent, means temporary. These are permanent and these are the temporary. See here. Changes are permanent. The changes are not permanent. Why not permanent means what will happen means server is restarted. If server is restarted, it will automatically go back to the previous values. That is the one of problem we have with RZ11. Without any restart, dynamically it will change, even though we have a issue. Whenever server is restarted, again it will go back to the previous value. Now, we cannot change static parameters here. The change option is not available for the static parameters in this transaction. But see here, we can change dynamic parameters also here, but the problem is restart is required. Sir, you told that dynamic parameters no restart required. If you change at RZ11, the given T code is given for the dynamic is RZ11. If you are changing at RZ10 for the dynamic, still it will ask the restart. So don't confuse with this point. Now I will show you what is the T code. So this is the system. You have a recording how to install this in your laptop and how to access basis to B capital. Okay. After payment, you will get the password. Okay. Yeah. Here you will run the transactions. Now I'm running RZ11 as a transaction. The screen will be like this. Should take any parameter here. Click on display. I given a parameter name. See here, dynamic parameter. Yes or no? Dynamic parameter, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, it is a dynamic parameter. Okay. The same way I will show you one more parameter. Number of dialog work process parameter. Click on display. It's a dynamic parameter or static parameter?
Static parameters.
Static parameter, because they're clearly mentioned dynamic parameter no means static. Okay. Now observe carefully. Once again, I'm changing the parameter here. I'm just giving our work process runtime parameter here. I'm just clicking on display. Dynamic parameter S. It's a dynamic parameter. You have the change value option. You can click here. You can change the value here. See, current value, new value. Click on save. Change made. Change completed. Did I done any server restart here? Did I took the permission from the client to stop this application server?
No.
No. So change is made. Current value is 600. Before it was 900. Before it was 900. See, what is the warning?
Changes are not
Changes are
permanent.
not permanent.
We lost server
server
restart.
restart.
Change is not a permanent. You will lose this change at server restart. Before last server restart, what is the value is there that it will go back to that value on. That is the problem with object 11 dynamic parameter. If you take the static parameter here, click on display. See, you don't have the change value. Observe this. You don't have change value option here. Clear? Because it's a static parameter. For the static parameter, that for the static parameter, SAP given a parameter, T code is RZ10. Dynamic no means static. You cannot change at RZ11 run. See here, I'm keeping transaction code RZ11. But whether you will change the dynamic or static, always first place is this. Survive first place. Anyway, I know the parameter is static. Why should I go to the RZ11? Anyway, we cannot change. Just at least just cross check it. You came to know that it's a dynamic. Change at RZ11 itself. Okay. Always second place this. We have third place also. That's at OS level. Just forgot as of now. Now I will show you how the RZ10 transaction. It is a kind of procedure. It is a kind of procedure. So here you need to select the instance profile. You need to select extended maintenance. You need to click on change. See here you have the lot of parameters. Here you have a number of dialog. RDISP, WP number underscore dia, WP number underscore BTC, VB, VB2, SP1, all the parameters are there here. See. Even you have your RDISP max WP run underscore time. Can you see 2700 the value? See RDISP BTC time also there. In the RZ10 you have the static and dynamic both the parameters. You can change dynamic, you can change static. But to change a dynamic, we don't ask approval from the client, right? RZ10 changes need it will ask the restart. If you change it RZ11, it will affect it in the system directly. We need to understand few statements here. First statement. RZ11 changes. If you done some change at RZ11, that will affect it on the system directly. If you done some change at RZ10, that will ask the restart, whether it is dynamic or static. The statement number 3. Only dynamic parameters only you will get a change value option. Once again, I will show you in the system. See, it doesn't have. The parameter is RDISP work process number underscore dia. It is a static parameter. It is a static parameter. Dynamic no means static. So it doesn't have the change value option. How you will change it? If you go to some another parameter, example this, you will get a change value option. You can do the change, but this change is not permanent. Okay, so we have a set of statements. We have two different kind of parameters. One is dynamic, another one is static. Dynamic, you can change at target level. You have the change value option is available. See, change value option is available, and but changes are not permanent. Okay, because no server restart is required, it is a non-critical one. But see this point, we cannot change a static parameter here. Very good. But we can change a dynamic parameter here. Advantage, added advantage in RZ tab. But one more issue, it will ask the restart. It will ask the restart. Changes are permanent. It's a critical. Why critical? It will ask the restart. Done any change, it will ask the server restart. It's very critical to bring those permissions from the client. Okay, so it is a critical. So let's go for RZ11. I'll do the change. Change value is not there because it's a static. Okay, so now I have one question. If you cleared, if you answered that question, you understood that today class or today Sudoku. It's kind of Sudoku. You need to understand a couple of statements. Okay, the question is, I want to change a dynamic parameter. I want to change this dynamic parameter. Value, current value is example 600. I want to make this to 1200 permanently. But I need that value permanent. How I can do?
RZ10 record, sir.
Good answer. Any other? If you done change at RZ10, very good. You will get a permanent value. But for dynamic, no one will give a restart permission. Okay. Client is not ready to stop his business to change a dynamic parameter. If you are the client, will you stop your business for a few minutes? A few hours?
No.
You won't agree. Hey, it is a dynamic. You can change online. Why you are asking restart? Simply they will give that cross question. Yeah. Any other answers? There is a way. Anyone else? Anyone, will you try? If I am the person, I got that situation. I will go to first RZ11. I will give the parameter name. Click on display. Change value is there. I will change to 1200. The current value is 600. I will make the 1200. I will click on save. Change completed. But I got a warning. Changes is not permanent. You will last at server restart. I want to overcome this problem. Immediately what I will do, I will go to RZ10 transaction screen. See RZ10. RZ10. Give the parameter. Select the instance profile, select the extended maintenance, Click on change. Now I will set the parameter. What parameter I want to change? This max work process runtime parameter. What it is showing 2700. How much I want? 1200.
100.
I will click on copy. Back. Click on copy. Back. Sorry. I will save. Incorrect parameters are detected. Display the value. No need. You want to activate the profile? Yes. Version 50 enabled. Okay. Save. This is a procedure to change a parameter at the object tab. What I have done now, I changed this value from 600 to 1200 in RZ11. I have done the same thing at RZ10 also. 600 to 1200. I have. The new value is affected on the server, but the problem is anytime a server is restarted, it will go back to the previous value. That is the problem. So we have done change here also, right? Whenever a restart is happened, then the new value will get affected here. Got my point?
Yes.
I done same change here, right? This will be permanently affected whenever the server is restarted. Before restart, this will take care of the new value. Whenever restart is happened, this will take care of the required or new value. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
This is the solution for my question. Okay. So slowly you will understand the things. No worries. Okay. If you something it's critical, just go through the recording once again and you try from your end on the server. You have the server access also, right? Just try it and try to by heart the points first. Then try to understand each and every point. Yeah. Now, always this is the first place. Here you will understand either my parameter is dynamic or static at least. If you are pretty confident, you can go for the other 10 if it is static. Okay. Always this is the second place to change any parameter. See, keep a copy for a dynamic parameter if change needed permanently. But don't take restart for a dynamic. Don't ask a restart also. Don't ask approval also. They won't provide and you will get a wrong name like escalation. Okay. It is dynamic. Online you can change without any restart. If you need a permanent, keep a copy at RZ10 also. Okay. So couple of parameters I have given a critical list. Couple of parameters I have given non-critical list to practice. Like that, so many parameters are there in the system. Each parameter having some role in the system, some purpose in the system. Okay. This is about parameters. And if server is not available, the last option is OS level. We can change the same parameter change. If you go down, I just given a clearly how to change at RZ level. Give the RZ level, give the parameter name, click on display, click on change value. The change value enabled, it's a dynamic. Give the new parameter value, old and new. Change made. Then go to, sorry, in the RZ11, I have given another parameter. RZ11 only try another parameter. Okay. Here I have given a BTC. Okay. So change value is not there. So it's a static parameter here. See, no change value at object 11 means it's a static. Then go to object 10. Object 10, we need to select the parameter, we need to select the external maintenance, and we need to click on the change as per the recording. Then you need to select the parameter, you need to give the new value, click on copy, back, again click on copy, then save. There is the save button. Okay, activate the parameters. Yes. Before that, you will get a some invalid parameters are detected. That time, just click on no. Okay, that's extra screen we are getting. Change is activated, but it till restart. What are the changes you have made that won't affect on the still restart? See, restart is it need sorry, it required restart of the application server to affect the new value. Change is made, but it will wait for the restart. The OS level, this is the location, profile path. So in the profile path, we have a txt files. The files we can open and we can change it if you want. This is the complete document, and majorly you need to focus on these points. Parameter means set of rule will pass in the system. Those are two types, dynamic and static. They are given two different screens to work on those parameters. Got my point? Clear? Any questions? Feel free to ask the questions. Here I'm stopping the recording.